this happened in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, in my opinion, I'll be honest, and I don't want to sound like I'm like out of the loop or I don't pay attention to stuff. But I had no idea. Apparently, there was over 100,000 people in the Boston Commons this weekend for this No Kings protest. And I had no clue. Why? Maybe because I was working. Maybe because I have a job. Maybe because I have bills to pay. Maybe because I just don't give a crap. Maybe. But I did not hear about it. I did not hear about it. And I didn't even know about it until like yesterday. Apparently, over 100,000 people were lined up and protesting and gathered in the Boston Commons about this protest of no kings and no wars and gas prices and all types of stuff. They had the time to do this. So let's tune into the video, see what's going on out here in these streets.
Breaking news.
Right now at 6,
Where are you from, Mrs. B?
protesters gathered by the thousands in Boston and beyond, hoping to send a message to the Trump administration. From the west to the east,
It's a lot of
up and down
people.
both coasts, seas of people took to the streets. You can see them all across the country here on your screen. Here in Boston, some of the biggest names in Massachusetts politics joined in, including Governor Maura Healey and Senator Ed Markey.
And we're here today to say we are more than one man. We are more than one president. We are the United
I
States.
had a feeling you was from Cali. I had a
I'm
feeling.
here to say that this is Massachusetts. And 251 years ago, we got the whole show started, remember?
Good evening, everyone. Happy Saturday to you. I'm Amelia Fabiano. So we do have two.
This
coverage
is
of this
my
Saturday
city
for you
right here.
tonight,
This
and we're
is
not only
our
looking at
government.
protests in Boston, but in communities all across Eastern Mass and around the world too. There were more than 150 rallies in Massachusetts, more than 3,100 across the country. Thousands packed Boston Common today for the rally there on the Common, making their voices heard in a massive show of protest. Organizers say today's No Kings marches will constitute the single largest nonviolent day of action in American history. Now, the energy, the chants, and the messages from the crowd all on full display. And NBC 10 Boston's Malcolm Johnson joins us from the Common with more.
You're not gonna get much pushback in Boston, to be honest. It's a very, very liberal city. And Miss B, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate you. It's a very, very liberal city. People they hate Trump over here. I'll be honest with you. There's some people that like him, some people that don't mind what he's doing, but the majority of Bostonians they hate this man's guts, and it's kind of sad, honestly.
Tell us what you saw.
We saw a sea of signs and chants that filled the Boston Common here today, Amelia, as thousands turned out for the No Kings rally, joining a national day of protest.
Boston
That's a
Common
lot of
filled
people.
with thousands today as a massive crowd gathered for what organizers called the No Kings rally.
They don't follow the rules of a king, a narcissist, a tyrant.
I feel anger that our country has turned into this mess, just a mess.
And we got to get the message out.
People from across Massachusetts and beyond showing up, saying they're standing up for democracy and pushing back against what they see as government overreach.
We've come to some things in the past, but not something of this scale before. So and this guy was saying, I don't totally know what to expect.
I'm despondent about the environment. I'm despondent about the political situation. I'm despondent by the fact that who is benefiting from this war.
I do not agree with how the government is using ICE and our tax dollars going to support that. I also do not agree with the Iran war. Also, gas prices are incredibly high right now.
Attendees.
It's super liberal place. I'll be honest, man. I've lived here my whole life, and so it doesn't affect me. It doesn't really bother me. But to see people come out here, hundreds of thousands, it looks like it. I don't know if it was that much. I'll be honest. It doesn't look like that much, but people took their time out of their day to come out here and do this by the thousands, at least. And I'm like, dang, bro, like, how did I not even hear about this? How did I not even hear about this? And I'm in the city. Like, I drive there every day pretty much. Like, this is wild to me. This is a lot of wild behavior. And, people got a lot of time on their hands, I'll be honest.
Held signs, chanted, and marched through the common, many saying they feel their voices are being heard by local
I agree
leaders.
with you,
We
Miss
feel
B.
fortunate to be here in this state because
We have sleeper cells all over the country.
and stand up and try to fight. And yeah, this is the cradle of democracy. And that, that hits home.
For some, it was about protecting rights. For others, a call for accountability heading into the midterms.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think Trump is a king. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't feel it. I feel like he's getting too much pushback from the Democrats. I feel like he's not getting everything he wants done right in a second like a king would. I think that there's so much more that he would have been doing if he was truly a king. But in some people's minds, like, this is the end all be all.
Hoping that this is the largest protest ever, because it seems to be building momentum, and I hope that carries through into the midterms so we can get some control over our government again.
It's huge though. It is huge.
That momentum as they demonstrated throughout the city, marching, calling for accountability, and urging their leaders to listen. We're reporting on the Boston Common. I'm Malcolm Johnson, NBC 10 Boston.
All right, Malcolm, thank you for your perspective out there. And state and federal leaders were among the No Kings.
Miss B said, I was a mod for Border Network News for 3 years. I saw what came in. Very scary. I believe it, man. I was covering the border when Biden was president too on my older channel. It was crazy the amount of stuff that was coming in, for real. The amount of people, drugs, unvetted people that were coming in. It didn't matter. They were literally bringing in caravans. They're bringing in trucks full of people and just dropping them off at the border, driving off and saying, y'all figure it out. And they tried. They tried busing people to New York. They tried busing people to California, to Boston. People were sleeping in airports. People were getting government funding just to hold these migrants. And a lot has changed. I'll be honest. A lot has changed from the last 2 years. It's a completely different U.S.
Speakers in total. NBC 10 political reporter Matt Pritchard was on the press platform this afternoon. Here's a look at what they had to say.
But Governor Healy, Senator Warren, Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, they all offered criticism of President Donald Trump today. But unlike past No Kings protests, this time around, organizers had a question for them. A consistent message.
Will you fight back? Fight for this democracy. Fight for our great country.
From Bay State Democrats at every level.
In America, we have no kings.
Senators, representatives, the attorney general, and governor all pushing back on President Trump and his policies, honing in on the SAVE Act and their concern over how it would impact voters.
They're looking to come for our voting rights. And I say, bring it on.
This is not about protecting democracy. It is about deciding who deserves to participate in our democracy.
But unlike the last No Kings protest,
we have heard from you, the people, about what you want to hear.
Speakers were sent to the podium with a question in mind, from how they'll approach
I lost like 7 TikTok accounts. Wow.
In Massachusetts.
Wow. To work with the Republican colleagues.
Yeah, it's sad, man. The kids that were drugged, sexual trafficked. It's sickening. It's really sickening that people were doing this and they were doing it through the border. And you would hear the rumors, you would hear the people talking about it, but you wouldn't hear anything being really done about it until Trump came in, to be honest.
Cannot wait for spineless elected representatives
Pocahontas.
to show any courage.
Questions intended to spur action.
Do not forsake the people who got you to this place.
And remind elected leaders that they expect more than speeches.
This is country, so fight for it.
Organizers are estimating well over 100,000 people came out to the Common for the protests today, and they also told me that only one person had to actually be removed over the course of the afternoon.
100,000 people, and I didn't hear nothing about it. That's wild. That's why I guess I'm just too busy. I'm too busy. Like, I'm too worried about getting food on the table. I'm too worried about putting money in my pockets that I would not even show up to this event. I'll be honest with you. Even if I had an invite, even if I knew about it, I wouldn't even show up because, man, I'm here trying to figure out where the money at. Where the money at? I need to get my money because I need to survive. That's the honest truth. But, you know, it looks like a lot of people are feeling some type of way about this, man. It looks like a lot of people are feeling some type of way. Did you hear that the total was 8 million across the country? No, I heard it was 20 million. Oh, you're talking about for the protests. Yes. I heard they were protesting in Seattle, Washington, where else? California too, I heard. It's really sad, honestly. Like, I don't know if people don't have much to do, if that's the reason why you can gather this much people across the world, but like, yo, I'm too busy to be out here doing this stuff. Like, I'm really focused on getting to this bag, to be honest. Like, if it was like, yo, come to this protest, we're gonna hand out some money, that's some different. But we just come to this protest just to talk. Like, nah, bro. Where the money at? Sign me up for overtime. Like, I'm trying to get to this money, man. Real talk. No offense to y'all, but
like this, they say they don't have a date in mind just yet, but May Day could be it, not only for Boston, but all across the country. On Boston Common, Matt Pritchard, NBC 10 Boston.
And Boston was far from the only place where protesters gathered today. From Wellesley to Newton, Stoneham to Swampscott, thousands of people got out there today and made their voices heard. NBC 10's Jericho Tran spent the day checking those ones out.
I think they're more so worried about themselves. Real talk, I'll be honest with you. Like, the fact that it's 2026 and a lot of people are still out here saying that, you know, certain people can't do things, or, you know, we're getting our rights taken away. I just don't feel that. I don't agree with it. I think that people are exaggerating in some senses. Sometimes they're telling the truth, you know, some things I don't agree with, but I feel like a lot of the things that the Democrats are pushing, they're just really pushing a bunch of lies, and it's like bold-faced lies to the point to where you're like, you can't tell me that. Like, I know you lying, but they still out here telling you this is what's happening. So I don't know if they're looking out for my kids. They might be looking out for their kids.
Well, they say that they're all here in support of that national call for change against the current administration. And as those federal decisions trickle down to a local level, I spoke to neighbors about some of their concerns for each.
I agree with you. Our government needs to be replaced. I 100% agree with you. I think that our government needs to be smaller too, to be honest. Like, I don't think as much people need to be running it. I think it should be a smooth, small, compact, very, very smart and intelligent people, but also very, very good people, good character people that are looking out for the best interest for everybody, not just themselves. I think that would be an amazing situation to be in, but there's so much corruption and so much corrupt politicians that you can't trust anyone nowadays.
Their communities. And
the call for no kings echoed throughout the Commonwealth.
Oh, why am I not working today? I am working today. I am working today, sir. I'll be honest with you. I work as often as possible, 6 to 7 days a week. But I come on here for for chats. You know, I come on here. This is like my getaway. This is like my peace.
We want to see a sign in every corner of Wellesley. Starting in Wellesley, where
You have today off, Miss B. Lucky you.
Here, concerns range from immigration.
We believe that diversity makes us stronger, that we have a lot of really...
Sundays and Mondays are usually my off days too, but I'm working today. I'm going in today.
People in our community
to healthcare.
They are have undermined the Affordable Care Act, which, as you undoubtedly know, is based on Massachusetts law.
With residents also expressing unease over budget constraints with education as the Wellesley public school system navigates federal funding cuts.
60% of our budget to send a child out of district comes from the federal government, and that's always at risk. So it impacts
self-employed housekeeper.
Newton, where hundreds more neighbors filled the green downtown.
That's good for you. You set your own hours. It's good for you.
A Newton resident for over 50 years, Peter Haggerty, has experienced a direct impact of the ongoing conflict in Iran.
The prices of gasoline and diesel fuel going up.
While other Newton neighbors voiced their frustrations with ICE activity in this town and neighboring communities.
So it's been Newton neighbors who have been detained, as well as Waltham. A lot of people in Waltham have been arrested.
Over in the town where the first battle of the American Revolutionary War took place, neighbors setting up for their No Kings rally say tensions over tariffs threaten businesses in Concord.
Well, it's just...
I've realized like a lot of people that support Trump, especially in Boston, they're quiet right now. Quiet in the sense of they don't need to go outside and protest or counter protest. They don't need to go outside and antagonize these people. Because we already won. They already won. Right? They have nothing else to worry about right now. They already won. These people, though, they have something to worry about. Because it shifted. It shifted dramatically. Even when it comes to certain views on certain things, like the shift has happened. Now the pendulum might swing back depending on how Trump does, these next 4 years. But the people that voted for him, they are quiet. They're chilling. They're not worried about what's going on over here. To be honest with you, they're worried about what's going to happen next. And I think that at this point in time, Trump is doing. I'd say he's doing a good job. I'd say he's doing a decent job. He's doing better than I expected. I'll be honest. But there is certain things still that could be tightened up. Obviously, when it comes to ICE, I think ICE could be tightened up. I think it could be cleaned up a little bit. I think certain things with ICE could be better. But am I trying to say get rid of ICE? No, that's not my views. That's not my opinion. Because again, I was born in America. I've lived in America my whole life. But the certain things that I agree with, because I know even where my family originated from, or where my lineage is from, there's certain things there that are in place that are hand in hand with what Trump is really trying to do. And all over the country, not over just the United States, but in other countries, these things are already in place. And we're so free in America that we don't even realize how good we got it. Like how good it is to be here. Like, because nowhere else you can get away with some of this stuff.
Speaking to a
Nowhere
store
else.
owner the other day.
My government recently bought another $9.1 million home. Is that Gavin Newsom? He's rich. He's rich like that. They all must be vetted. That's all. I agree with you. I think they should have good people, good character, very educated people, And I think it should be diverse. I think there should be women. I think there should be men. I think there should be different types of races, just so we can come together and really make this place a better place, man.
Who is struggling with keeping staff.
Gavin Newsom is
experiencing tariff expenses.
That's tough.
Making it more and more expensive to sell her items.
That's tough.
Lifted their voices in Stona.
He's a thief. That's tough.
As well as Swampscott.
Our Congress is lying supine, and it's up to us, the people, to take back our democracy.
And after today's No Kings rally, organizers say they plan to hold a virtual meeting called What's Next After No Kings 3. That'll happen on March 31st to help them further organize. Here in Boston, Jericho Tran.
I'd really like to know what's next too, because it's only so much you can do by protesting.
The country today, a spokesperson calling them the product of, quote, leftist funding networks, while the National Republican Congressional Committee referred to the gatherings as, quote, hate America rallies. And the White House put out this statement saying in part that, quote, only people who care about these Trump derangement therapy sessions are the reporters who are paid to cover them.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. It said these are Trump derangement therapy sessions. Oh my goodness. That's actually funny. I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of funny. Oh man, let me know y'all thoughts about this down in the comments below. I'd really like to know y'all thoughts, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.